Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today I will be showing you how to create generative art that is layered. This art is often used in NFTs. That is a huge space within crypto if you're not familiar, but I assume that is why you're here. So today we're going to be creating the art of the NFT, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a fashion that is very automated, so you can basically focus on your art. You can throw it into this program, and then you can have your art ready for your NFTs. Today we're going to be using a program called processing. There is a little bit of programming involved, but I will have a link down below to the GitHub so that you can basically pull this code yourself and just edit a few things, which I will show you. If you want to download processing, go on over to Google, type in processing. It'll be the first page that shows up. Hit download and download it to your operating system. Once you have it downloaded, go ahead and open up a canvas and you will have an empty canvas. Yours, of course, won't have code in it, but this is where we're going to write all of our code. I know that on YouTube and other platforms there are a number of tutorials to do something like this, but a majority of them are done in P5.js, which I find to be a little bit more technical, and I also think that this is going to be easier for us to save these images in large batches. And you know, I'm maybe wrong, it might be easier for somebody else to do it somewhere else, but I think this is the way to do it. So once again, our goal here is to basically make this as automated as possible. Starting from the top, we basically declare all of the variables here. In specific, we're going to pull in all the images that we would like. And processing that variable is called a pi image. So we're going to pull in an image for our background, our beam, our cap, and our saucer. And today we're making UFOs, which I will get to a little later. But basically, this can be anything you want. So my first layer will be the background, then the beam, cap, and saucer. Then I move on to create the amount that I would like. In this tutorial, we're only going to do 100. And then I keep track of the image numbers so that I can then print that line down here in the console so that I can make sure I don't create 1,000,000 when I only intend to create 10. Then we move on to void setup, which is pretty standard with processing. But you're basically setting up your canvas here. Here we set up the size of the canvas, so that's how many pixels by how many pixels. And then in order to see that, I'll play it real quick. So that's going to be the size of your canvas. And you can of course make that to whatever you see fit. And then your frame rate is how fast that canvas is drawing them. So I have this about as high as my computer will push just to get them out as fast as possible. If you have a more powerful computer, it will push them faster. I don't even think mine does 240, but I just try and get it as fast as possible. Then here in the draw function, which is also pretty standard to processing, we're basically drawing our background. We're drawing our beam, our cap, and our saucer. So we're drawing each layer. Within each of those, we load the image from a file inside of our computer. This file for our background is located within the background folder. And so if we go on over to our folder where our program is located that we're writing, here is our background folder. And within that we have 107 backgrounds. Okay. And so what I'm doing here is I'm randomly pulling a whole number from 0 to 107, which is how many images I have, of the PNG image type. And so I do that for every single layer to pull a random layer out of however many I have in each folder. And so this is kind of what you will change. You will of course name it what you want, and then you will have it in the folder that you want, or maybe not even in another folder, but you will declare where it is and then what image you're pulling. And so you'll do that for each layer, and then you'll move on to actually displaying the image on the screen. And so for this, just to make it easy, we make the image mode center. That is basically how you're going to be telling the computer to display it, which means that we're going to be displaying it from the very center point of this size here. So we pull in our background, our beam, our cap, and our saucer. So those are the only 4 images we need. And then every time draw is run, we save the canvas. And we add to this number down here, which keeps track of it for us. So when we call this save canvas function, what we're actually doing is we're calling this function down here, which is essentially saving the image in which folder I want, which we're saving in finished. We're going to actually change this to be, let's say video. Okay, so that's the folder it's going to save in for this video. And then we're going to save them named as UAP, which is Ubiquitous Ada Phenomena, which are the NFTs that I'm creating, and I'll show you at the end. And then we create the image number that we are on, and then of course the file type. And when it comes to the add mint function, that is just to keep track of the number that we're on and to print the number down here for me to keep track of. That is just to make sure, once again, that I don't get stuck in an infinite loop. And so now that we have all of that ready, we will show you how fast we can create 100 NFTs, or pieces of art that we then have to mint into NFTs. And if you're interested in minting them into NFTs, I will have a video later on showing you how to mint them on the Cardano blockchain. As you can see, we're already done creating the 100. If we go back here and we go into finished, which once again, it's down here, we're in the finished folder, and then we're in the video folder. And as you can see, I have 100 of these UFOs created within a couple minutes. So all you have to do is add your own art into this, and you'll be able to create as many of these as you want. If you wanted to make 10,000 or 1,000,000, you can make them to your heart's content. So this will save you time in creating these, and it will spare you more time to create good art. If you're interested in buying one of those NFTs, I will not be doing advertising on this channel, and I will not be having sponsorships. So if you're interested in buying an NFT, go on over to cnft.io. You just type that in on your URL here, and you will be able to look up my NFTs by typing in UAP, and you can hit filter here and unfilter the verified policy ID. In order to get a policy ID, you have to upload a document to GitHub, which I will show you how to do in a future video as I show you how to mint them. But I'm currently in line to get verified, so I'm not verified yet. Anyway, if you are on their website, you can now see the first 100 of these that I minted. I look forward to creating tons more NFTs, and I look forward to helping you create NFTs. So if you have any questions at all, let me know down in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.